Hello there, Mayor Jeff Schielke speaking with my weekly report from today being May 29th, 2020. As many of you are probably already aware, we have with today entered into phase 3 of the reopening of the coronavirus stay-at-home orders. And so this really has opened up the community to quite a bit of activity. We've had probably the most traffic on Wilson Street and Batavia Avenue today than we've had in the last 2 months, 2.5 months. And so it's good to see people out and about. We just ask that everybody continue to, follow the basic rules where we ask everybody to carry a mask and have one available to put on when you're going into a store. And we ask you also to try to retain about 6 feet distancing from each other as you go about your business. And so we're just trying to keep our community as healthy and as wise and as focused on the corona issue as we possibly can. I know a lot of people are kind of getting sick and tired of it, but as a result of it, we have had a lower impact level than many of our surrounding towns, and we like to credit it to the cooperative spirit that we find in the people of Batavia. It's been interesting to talk to people about what they are doing in town and what they are finding. A very good friend of mine went to Portillo's restaurant the other day and got in. When they got there, the line was all the way around the building, and so they ended up getting in the line. It was a double line, but there were so many people in and out that supposedly the order of 2 sandwiches and 2 orders of fries took like 22 minutes. But that's to be expected when you got such a demand for a quality product as Portillo's has. And the same conversation or other conversations I've had with people, everybody is looking with great interest at kind of the competitive trend and flow that's taking place at Randall Road and McKee Street with Raising Cane on the east side of the street and Chick-fil-A on the west side. And neither one of them appears to be lacking for business. And I was talking this morning with some officials from the city of Aurora, and that was one of the things they were telling me is that they're making regular visits up to Batavia to enjoy our chicken selection. So Batavia does have some interesting conversations going. I recently had the conversation with the mayor of Glen Ellen, who is going to be the newest recipient of a Raising Cane restaurant. Maybe it's open by now, but she was quite interested in the Batavia experience because she said she had a kind of a small lot that faced right on Roosevelt Road, and she thought if there was a crowd, it could be a challenge. So I'll be interested to talk to her someday and see how that all worked out. But going back to the corona issues, today we have opened a lot of things up, and we have set some guidelines for public dining rules in downtown. And as you may have noticed, we've set out a number of picnic tables and other tables in the downtown areas at various points. One of the more heavily tabled areas is on North River Street, and we have published a set of rules between the City of Batavia, Batavia Main Street, the Batavia Park District, and the Batavia Chamber of Commerce. And these are the rules. Thank you for reconnecting with us back in downtown Batavia at one of our public outdoor dining areas. Please help us to continue this awesome opportunity to design and support our local businesses by following the following listed rules. Number 1, all the businesses are going to be open on Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. On Saturday and Sunday, they are going to be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We ask that everybody take a 1-hour time limit on all tables to allow for more people to come and go and dine on those tables. If you purchase your food and beverage from one of our downtown businesses, you can open up and consume alcohol within the designated dining area boundaries. We ask, though, that you not pick up the liquor or the beer or the wine or whatever and attempt to walk around downtown with it or carry it from the east side to the west side. We are asking you that you kind of keep your alcohol beverages at the location of which you are doing your dining, and we would seek your cooperation in that. We do ask that you use proper social distancing, which is the 5 to 7-8 foot rule, feet separation rule, and we ask for no smoking in any designated area that says so. Please remove any garbage or debris from your table and deposit it in the surrounding apparent garbage disposal areas, because we want to keep the dining areas clean, and we want to keep everything as sanitized and as clean as all possible. So we are asking people's support in those. On this coming Saturday, on May 30th, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., we are going to open up the Farmers Market and on North River Street. And we ask that you follow the following rules in that. Please follow social distancing guidelines. Wear a face mask to cover your face to the market. Don't come if you aren't feeling well. Prepared food is to be consumed off-site or at the picnic area. In the interest of crowd control, we ask to limit the number of people per household, and please don't bring any pets to the farmers market at this time. Transactions will be cashless or to exact change. Consider prepaid ordering from participating vendors. They will have your order ready in their booth when you arrive. If you don't feel comfortable when coming to the market, Gerald of North Aurora has generously offered to deliver prepared food orders on Saturday morning free of charge to residents in Batavia, North Aurora, or Geneva. So those are kind of some of the rules that we're asking that you all look into. Also, I want to make note that the Flag Day ceremony, which has been become kind of a community tradition on June 14th, is going to be somewhat restructured this year because of the corona situation, and it is still going to be on Sunday, June 14th. But we would ask that you come and be prepared to follow all the social distancing and face mask rules. And what we're going to do on that date is we're going to have the unveiling of the new sign that's going to be erected on the future site of the Flag Day Memorial to Dr. Segran, which is going to be right to the immediate east of the Peg Bond Center, just to the north of the parking lot there on the site of City Hall. And so you are invited. That'll all start at 1 p.m. It should only be about a 10-minute program, but we do ask your cooperation in all those particular situations. Also, as I've mentioned, I believe last week, we've had to cancel and reschedule the 4th of July fireworks program this year, just because the numbers of people that we attract to that event far exceed the numbers of allowed assemblies that are underwritten by the governor's office through the end of July. So we really would be out of the law if we held that. We are hopeful that we're going to be able to do some other types of fireworks shows, because we have purchased fireworks, and we're hopeful maybe do a couple of smaller shows later in the year. We're not prepared yet to say when these are going to be. I know one of the areas we're looking at is maybe Labor Day weekend, maybe on Sunday or something, but we're not sure of that yet. So we are very diligent in trying to ask people to cooperate in this whole social distancing and in the face mask idea, and they just kind of respect each other and follow all the rules. One thing I would like to share and kind of alert you to is the Batavia Police Department is telling me that we are having what I guess I would describe as a very active crime wave occurring in Batavia over the internet. It's like you turn on your computer and invite the crime right into your living room, and that's unfortunate, but we have had a number of reports of people who have been somehow or another swindled, bamboozled, tricked, openly stole from on the internet, where they will ask you for certain identification numbers, social security, credit card numbers, passport numbers, birth dates, and we would strongly encourage you to be very secure as to who you're giving your information to, because we have had some very troubling police reports recently of specifically older residents who have been tricked into doing something on the computer only to find out that they were the subject of a criminal activity. I think Batavia is probably heavily targeted by the criminal element for this, because we are a community of very kind-hearted people. And Batavia is a place where there's constantly caring deeds going on by a number of people I know in this town are very, very giving of themselves and their resources and their money. And if they have a friend that's just recently gone through surgery, it's not unusual that they will go buy dinner and take that to the friend, or they will pick up people for rides to the hospital or for treatments, or going to buy groceries for people or going to get things that somebody has ordered. There is a constant flow of generosity that really makes Batavia a very, very special place to live. So I just want to encourage everyone that's out there to kind of keep that in mind, because we are a very fortunate town. We have a very strong church network, and I think everybody's aware of just how many good people we have. And specifically with the number of senior living communities we now have in Batavia, and we now have a couple under construction that aren't complete yet, we are a place where there are a lot of elderly senior living folks, and they are the ones that seem to be the target of a lot of these people who are trying to make some bad move involving somebody in an active criminal intent. So we just ask that everybody be aware of that and keep your eyes and ears open, and please don't give your birth date or your social security number or your credit card number to anybody on the internet unless you are solidly sure you know who that is that's talking to you. We have, I think, in the community a lot to remember in this last 6-8 week experience of the coronavirus. One thing I will share with you is the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning, which is based in downtown Chicago, has convened a group of associates in their organization, and they are going to be authoring and publishing a very comprehensive history of the coronavirus activity in the Chicago area in this year. And I'm sure it'll be something that will be looked upon by future generations of the community with great interest, because goodness knows what some of them may face 50 or 100 years from now. But they are detailing very strongly how all this came about and how it all interacted and what went right and what went wrong. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned here, and I'm pleased to report that they have been doing it, and our staff and myself at the city have been talking with them with some regularity and filling in some things that we've had happen. So we are just, as I say, a very blessed community. We have so much that we are to be thankful for. And as we approach, the coming of the real summer season now here in a few days, we're going to be into the months when there is a lot of activity. This is going to be a little bit of a different summer, because many of the summer events that we all look forward to have all had to be altered, changed, or postponed or canceled. And that is too bad, but as we are finding out, people do find other ways to kind of commemorate or memorialize or remember certain events that take place. And so this is probably going to go down in history as one of the more memorable years of Batavia in this century. And all of you are going to have the opportunity to tell your future generations what happened and what your reactions and ideas were about it. So I think that's pretty much it for this week. I just again want to thank everybody who's out there showing their great kindness to the community of Batavia, whether it's to a group of people, to the senior citizen complexes, or somebody that's in the hospital, or even to public officials such as myself, people who try to stand up and contact us and support us and tell us what they like and what they don't like. And I think that Batavia as a community has got some new trends that are developing. That's one last thing I want to share. There's a lot of people who told me because of the coronavirus they found something new in their life to do. And most of it is becoming stronger, developing and building stronger friendships. And as a result of this, there are many people who take early morning walks together. There are other people who seemingly look forward to mid-evening telephone calls where they talk about what's happened during the day and share their ideas and observations with each other. There's another group of folks I know of that are meeting around the Depot Museum and the Peg Bond Center, and they all bring a chair and socially distance. So we are doing a lot of creative things around here, and I think, again, it speaks to the neat town that we all live in. So as the mayor, I'm very proud of all of you, and I continue to thank you for all that you do to help Batavia rise above the occasion of the coronavirus and make this a place that people are proud to call their home. Have a great week. Talk to you next week.